What's going on, y'all? It's the Battle Blaster coming back at you. I don't even know if you can see it. Oh, that's me. Okay. I want to come to y'all tonight to talk to you guys about black people, how we're losing, how we've already lost, believe it or not. We've been losing since segregation, but desegregation. I came to y'all before and I talked about the schools in my neighborhood and all black neighborhoods I know that are closing down. Some schools are in great condition. They're closing them down. They're piling kids in. And now we have white children coming into the city in some black cities. I know in my city, white people are moving back into the city, and these white kids are coming to school in these cities. One thing I learned is that we don't treat white people the way they treat us. When we was going to schools, they treat us bad. They talk shit to us. They tell us, we monkeys, and they talk about the weave, and they talk about all this shit. They always got something fucked up to say. Oh, Happy Martin Luther King Day and all that shit. You know what I mean? So they treat us bad. They do things so we can leave their schools and go to a black school, whatever case may be. Even if we do live in the neighborhood, we don't make these people feel uncomfortable the way they make us feel uncomfortable. Now, should we do that? Yes. I think we should. We can't take this high moral road. I think what it is, black people are so worried about we're so, what's the word I want to call it? We're so programmed when these people tell us we can't do something, or matter of fact, let's put this. We're programmed to the point where they know we won't do nothing to them. That's what I'm trying to get to. They know we won't do nothing to them because we've been programmed. If we touch them, we go directly to jail. We have a bigger ramification to pay if we touch them, or if we treat them the way they treated us or treat us. I look at my neighborhood. Now, in my neighborhood, it's a lot of blacks in this neighborhood. But I've noticed we have a group of people to come in that's not black. Some are white, some are Hispanic, whatever. And a lot of them don't even fuck with us. You can live next door to them and they won't even say hello. They won't part their lips. You can say hello, be nice to them, be courteous. Sometimes they won't even part their lips to you. And, that shows their arrogance. And we still don't make these people feel uncomfortable and unwanted. I watch as years have gone by with black stores and being in black communities. We had stores. Koreans came in, got what they wanted, then they left. The Arabs and the Indians moved in, they got what they wanted, then they left. Or some are still here. The Hispanic brothers are here now, and the Dominican people are here now, and they're doing what they're doing, getting their money. But see, I noticed something about them. They're building up, and not only they're buying stores and building up, but they're building up houses, and they're getting these houses all around. You have to understand, these people don't want us here. We've been living here for years. Why aren't we taking care of our community? Why aren't we rebuilding these houses? all these drug dealers and these so-called, conscious brothers, and some of these other brothers out here. But I see a lot of these cats, they want to become rappers, or they want to become entertainers of some sort, if they're some type of football or basketball or baseball player, or they want to be some type of rapper or singer or dancer. We don't live in reality no more. We live in fantasy. See, I've learned something for the past 30 years. Black people, I must be honest when I say it's 30 years. I say 35 years. With the advent of rap music, black people, we have been coaxed to believing that the only way we're going to be able to be something great or do something great is to become an entertainer, or some sort of athlete. And that's our meal ticket. And that's not true. A lot of us can become businessmen and women. And a lot of us don't become that because we want the easy road, want the high road out. Remember, this matrix, this world is created by them. They create this world to work for them. So in order for you to prosper in their world, you have to be so-called handpicked. There can be 500,000, let's put it this way, there can be 500 guys going out for this team, and only 3 will get picked out of the 500. Excuse me for yawning. Only 3 will get picked out of the 500. And then next year, another 3 or 4 will get picked out of the 500. Then 1,000 will come up, and only 4 or 5 get picked out of the 1,000. Or 10 will get picked out of the 1,000. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? We play a lottery, and a lot of us lose. And I don't mean like the lottery as in the money lottery. I'm talking about the lottery as far as trying to become an athlete, or trying to become some type of entertainer, singer, rapper, musician, whatever. And the point is, a lot of us, we want them to take us in. We want them to open the door for us. And we'll sit there forever hoping that they'll open the door for us to get into movies or TV, or, like I said, become in the music industry, or become in the some sort of entertainment business, like sports or whatever. And the funny thing is, now with YouTube and social media, if your music is that good, you can do it on your own. And you can build your own fan base. But see, a lot of us want to do it the easy way. We'd rather sell our souls. And in the process of selling our souls, we lose out. So my thing is this: we don't control anything. We refuse to try to control our neighborhoods. We refuse to say we're going to build up in our neighborhoods. We refuse to say we're going to open up schools in our neighborhoods so our children can learn properly. Um, we don't do these things because we are such a fragmented people. We're so broken up in pieces that we don't stick together. We won't come together, even if it's like 10 of us that said, "Hey, listen, let us all rebuild these portions of houses in this town, or let's on the street, and let's get this street straightened out. Let's get the next street after that straightened out. Let's rent these houses out, and we should help each other to build businesses." I knew a guy. Actually, I've been talking to him since last summer. And I told him, I said, since Toys R Us is closed up, I said, why won't you lend me, lend me money to open up a toy store, and I'll have the blockade on the toy store. No, because they got Amazon, they got this, they got that, they got Walmart. Nobody's going to come to the store. Nobody, blah, 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 blah. This guy put me down. But he's a businessman. And I'm like, dude, people want to see the toy. They don't want to just order it online. They want to hold the toy in their hand. They want to look at the bike and hold the bike in their hand. You can't do that online. You can go to Walmart, you can go to Target, you can go all these places, and they might not even have the toy that you're looking for. So now you got to go online and hopefully they have it, if it's not sold out. Again, he didn't see it that way until after Christmas. Such a businessman, right? It went over his head. Then he said, wait a minute. We could have made twice as much as what I would have put into this thing. I said, exactly. And he says, well, we always got next year. And I just looked at him, shook my head. Black people don't want to do anything that will give another black person credit, or at least say, hey, I don't even want the credit. I just want to say, hey, let's do this together, and let's get this rolling, and I'll put my little bit of money. I don't have much money. But if he was going to back me, he would have got his money back he would have had his money back by February, or by this month right here, because the money would have been, everything would have been there. It would have created jobs for some young people and some older people. We have to look at ourselves. I look at our community. We are the most poorest. We are the most laziest when it comes down to wanting to do for ourselves. Now, I ain't gonna say a lot of us are like that, because that's bullshit. But we get up and go to work. We'll work for somebody, but we won't sit down and say, like, let's say if, like a girl I used to date. This girl her hands had magical powers with children's hair growing. And I told her, I said, listen, I'll put the money together. I'll get us a spot. I want to put a basement down below where you could do little kids' hair. I said, I want you to do it. Oh, I don't want to do it. I said, you can make mad money if you just do it. I'm trying to speak, life into her. She already had the skills. But she didn't want to do it. Because she didn't want to be stuck doing children's hair all day. She'd rather be in a club dancing and freaking on guys all night long. You know what I mean? She just didn't have that drive. And it's bad. It's such a bad situation. I remember one day she said, I got up one morning, I went and took care of her mom's brakes for her car. And I remember she asked me, where did you go? Where was you at all day? I said, I went and took care of your mom's brakes on her truck. It was her mother and father's truck. So I said, I did your parents' brakes on their truck. And The next day I had a detail job to do. So I went in and I did the detail job. I got up early. I came home about like 1 o'clock. She asked me, where was you at? So I went out and detailed a car and I brought home the money, you know. And she looked at me like, you know, you could do all that, you could do this, you could do that. Why don't you have your own business? I said, well, one, I need the funds to get a building. Two, I need enough where I can pay the rent up for at least 2 years, because I know this. I got to build my clientele back up. Even though I got a huge clientele, I have to build it back up, and I had to tell people, look, this is what it is. It's saying what it was at one time. And she's not a business savvy person. Now she can actually save bucks and do shit like that, but that was it. She know how to spread the money and make the money work. And she would have been good for that portion, you know, of knowing how to spread the money. But she wasn't a business person. And that's one thing. If you want to be with somebody, they have that same passions as you have. They got to have the same goals you got. And a lot of people don't. And as black people, we live in this world of we want to live in a world of make-believe. We want to walk around with our pants hanging off our ass. We want to walk around twerking all day and talking about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and Drake and whoever the hell is the hottest thing out there. But we don't see the truth that we're losing our neighborhoods. We already lost all our schools. We already lost our neighborhoods. The neighborhoods have been lost. It's just now being shown that we don't have nothing. We've lost each other through the after the civil rights movement, with the women's lib movement, when black women decided to partner up with the white woman. We lost our woman to the white woman and her man during that time. And now, with this government shutdown, there's going to be a lot of women, black women, who are on welfare or they're on Section 8, or, you know what I mean? Or they're just trying to get by. They're going to lose their benefits. And they're going to be coming after guys like me, who's working, got his own place. And they're going to want to bring their 2 to 5 or 6 kids with them. And as far as I'm concerned, it's not going to happen on my watch with me. So, but that's what they're going to be doing, because they can't go with the guy that got them pregnant, because he's living off of them. Some of them guys living off of them. Or he got another girl and he ain't going to bring her in there. Or he living with another girl and she ain't going to allow him to bring nobody else up in there. So, you know, it's about to get really nasty. It's about to get really sick. And as black people, like I said, I'm going to throw this scenario in your face. Now, suppose since the early 80s, we have built up our neighborhoods. And we all lived in homes and houses and stuff. Or we rented out apartments to each other, whatever the case may be. And we opened up businesses amongst ourselves, and we all worked for ourselves. And when I mean for ourselves, for each other. Or some of us have our own businesses where we work for ourselves. Things like the government shutdown wouldn't hurt us because we would be self-sufficient. See, and this is one thing that the white establishment never wanted us to be, was self-efficient. When you go back and you look at Black Wall Street, we were self-efficient. When whites were doing bad, they were doing boss bad. We were doing economically great. They had dust balls and all that type of shit, and they had boll weevils destroying the crops. But black people were striving, and they were moving forward, and they were gaining momentum. They were, now this is just coming out of Reconstruction, mind you. This is like 25 years coming out of Reconstruction, 35 years coming out of Reconstruction. We were doing awesome and at a quick rate. And they had to destroy what we were doing because they were jealous. 1, 2, the government said this can't happen. We can't allow these people, these N-words, to better themselves over us, to do better than we're doing. So they implemented their strike against us with the Black Wall Street terrorism strike, if you want to call it that. But their race war, like during those times, they went and destroyed a lot of those black beautiful areas that black people that we lived in the places we were working in, the businesses we formed, and we never got reimbursed for it. I heard one time on a talk show, it wasn't a talk show, or was it I forgot what it was, but I remember they said that they wanted the survivors and the survivors' families to get back that money for Black Wall Street. Those white people said no. They said, well, look, how about giving them a college education? Oh, well, I think that's fair. That might work. See, number one, they don't want to give you the college education, 1. 2, if they do give you the college education, it's really not going to do shit for you, because right about now, you can take all the college courses you want, and guess what's going to fucking happen? You'll still be out of fucking work. Only thing that's going to help us is money. And those people lost everything. They lost everything. Money and all. Homes. The materialism portions, yes, they lost it. They lost their money. They lost everything because these people came in and they used the lie of a white girl, which she was the setup, she was the catalyst. And this has happened throughout all the other towns. They would send a white girl in and say, oh yeah, a black man raped her, touched her, did something to her. And that would so-called, how you say it would allow them to come in and lay waste to the town and to the people. What I'm saying is, as black people in America, we've already lost. When I in my last couple pieces, I spoke on we should leave and why we should leave. Okay, if right now they declare martial law, they told us they were going to declare it Saturday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning, how many of y'all black motherfuckers wouldn't get on a plane or get on a boat and get the fuck out of here? Y'all would sit here and you would go into martial law, headlong with your hands out saying this isn't right. I belong here. Yeah, you might, yeah. But at the same time, if you had a chance to get the fuck out and start somewhere else new, why won't you? Like I said, we are already fucking lost. We're done here. We are fucking done. It's too late for us right now because the end game is already here. The end game is here. It's just the sweeping up and the throwing in the dustpan and into the trash can. That's where we at. 10 years ago, we could have saved ourselves. 15 years ago, we could have saved ourselves. 8 years ago, we could have saved ourselves. And when people, like I said, and I hate to use this, but I want to talk about her later on, Kamala Harris and Barack Obama. I voted for Barack Obama twice, which was the greatest mistake of my entire life, but that helped me to become more involved in politics, to see how things work and how people work. And for you people who think y'all going to vote for Kamala Harris, please, please, please watch. Or since you're on YouTube, look up Professor Black Truth and guys like him and Torian Rain and those guys, and Your World, Harvey, those guys. Because they have the view that you really need to take a look and see. And you after you get your dosage of the knowledge that they're spitting, you go and you research it. And you will find out 9 times out of 10 what they're saying. I'm going to put it like this, 10 out of 10. What they're saying is true. This woman has no love for the black community. She used symbolic gestures or moves to make her move so she could try to get some leadway. Like she did, she'd announced her campaign run for presidency on Martin Luther King's birthday, and then she's at the radio station trying to show her blackness. Baby, you married a white man. You're a half breed. You're one and done. You're over with. You're not even good to us. So you could take your Barack Obama wannabe ass or your Barack Obama self and get the fuck up out of here. Because like I said, I remember Barack Obama was supposed to come to Hamilton Township at this rally. And I wanted to speak to him. I remember I went there and I waited and waited and waited. He never showed up. That man never fucking showed up because I wanted to talk to him my goddamn self. I wanted to ask him some questions because this would have made me, understand if you were voting for or not. And that right there should have told me he wasn't worth voting for. He didn't even show up. This man has talked down to black people, black men, black women. He upheld black women to a certain degree, but he talked bad about black men. Not all black men are what for what you said we are, and that's a lie. Because I'm not. But now I'm getting all these little texts. I'm tired of this shit. But I'm going to get up off of this real quick because I don't like being disturbed. But be mindful, and like I said, at the same time, like I said, we're done. We are done as black people in this country. Period. In black neighborhoods in this country, we are done. We are done. We fucked. We fucked ourselves because we gave away everything. And in the process of giving away everything, we have nothing else left to give. So take that for what it's worth. If you don't like it, that's fine. But do some research. And you don't understand what I'm saying, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I'm telling you some real shit. Alright? This is the Battle Blaster. I'm going to say peace.